I want you to think about something. Every day, airline pilots safely land thousands of planes. That means that hundreds of thousands of people walk off a plane alive every single day. No injuries, no accidents, no incidents. And yet, the airline still gets bad reviews. In today's video, I want to talk a little bit about bad reviews, criticism, and the mindset that independent restaurant owners need to have to keep their footing. Because critics don't build businesses, and they certainly can't run restaurants. Okay, think about how strange the airline analogy really is. Now, a pilot can do their job perfectly. They can land the plane safely, they can deliver exactly what matters most. And yet, someone still leaves a 1-star review. Why is that? Because reviews are rarely about success. They're about expectation, they're about emotion, and they're about perspective in the mind of the customer. Restaurants are no different. Now, here's why bad reviews feel so personal. Bad reviews don't just criticize a moment, they feel like a judgment of your effort, your standards, your competence. That's because restaurants aren't just abstract businesses, they're personal. You're not shipping software, you're feeding people, you're hosting them, you're responsible for how their time feels. And when criticism shows up, it just hits a little bit deeper. Now, here's the honest truth about most critics. Most people who criticize restaurants could not run one. That's not an insult, it's just a fact about the inherent complexity of restaurant operation. Running a restaurant means managing timing, managing people, food safety, inventory, emotion, money, unpredictability, all at once in real time under pressure. Most customers only see the plate, but they don't see the complex machinery behind it. Now, here's something very important to understand. The more complex a system is, the easier it is to criticize it from the outside. Now, that's a key point, so I'm going to repeat that. The more complex a system is, the easier it is to criticize it from the outside. Because outsiders only see outcomes. Operators manage trade-offs. A late ticket might be a staffing issue or a timing decision or a safety choice or a prioritization call. All the guest sees is delay. The operator sees a constraint. Those two perspectives will never fully align in any industry. Now, here's what bad reviews actually represent. Most bad reviews are not declarations of failure. They're expressions of disappointment, unmet expectations, and emotional moments from your customers. Sometimes they're fair, sometimes they're not fair. Often, they're incomplete. A bad review usually describes a moment. It rarely describes the whole operation. So here's why perfection is the wrong standard to chase. If safe airline landings don't guarantee 5-star reviews, perfection will never protect restaurants from criticism. That's not pessimism, it's just a reality. The goal is not to eliminate bad reviews, that goal will exhaust you. The goal is to understand them without letting them define you. So here's the core distinction. Critics react, builders decide. Critics evaluate outcomes, builders manage systems. Critics show up once, builders show up every day. Criticism is cheap because it carries no operational burden. Building is expensive because it carries all of the operational burden. So, here's a healthy way to process bad reviews. A grounded mindset does 3 things. First, it listens for patterns, not noise. One review is a moment. Many reviews pointing to the same issue, well, that's a signal. Second, it separates identity from feedback. A bad review is not a verdict on you as an owner, it's feedback on an experience. Third, it recognizes emotional asymmetry. Satisfied guests rarely write essays. Upset guests often do. That doesn't mean that you failed, it just means that humans are being human. Now, having the proper mindset is critical for long-term survival. See, bad reviews, they hurt the most when owners feel alone with them. But every restaurant that lasts learns the same lesson. You cannot build a business on universal approval. You build it on consistency. You build it on resilience. You build it on improvement over time. If you let every critic shake your confidence, then sustainability becomes impossible. So it's time to reframe what criticism, what bad reviews actually indicate. Bad reviews don't mean that you're bad at this. They mean that you're operating in a complex, emotional, high expectation business, one that most people cannot run if they had to, one that demands more than what it gives most of the time, one that exposes your efforts publicly. That's not weakness. That's just the nature of the work and the business that you're in. So, as we wrap up, remember something. Critics don't create, they don't build, they don't carry the weight. You do. And remember, in the post pandemic economy, having good food just isn't good enough anymore. And if nobody walks in your restaurant, nothing else matters. I'm Donovan Garrett. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.